Guys, in this episode, we're going to have a treat for you because we are going to show you the simple, super way that we are generating cheap leads for a high ticket offer.
Yes, we are talking 25 calls booked for in just 2 weeks for a $5,000 offer. And the leads are coming in at less than $40 per lead in a developed country.
So let's get to it because I want to show you this on a canvas so that you can properly visualize it. All right. So let me just move this across here. Now, if you're watching this on the podcast, you can check out our show notes for download of this. Otherwise, you can just simply hop on to YouTube to actually get the full visual. But regardless, I'm going to show you how simple this is and how it actually works so I can just explain it on this podcast as well.
I like things simple.
Yes, Debbie, it's great that when things are simple, right? And it's so simple that we only need a few hours to have this all set up and have it all ready. Okay, so the first step is that we actually ran Facebook lead ads for this client, right? So basically, Facebook has this feature where you can run ads and people do not need to leave the platform. They can simply sign up on Facebook itself without going to any web page. So that saves you a bunch of time from actually designing a whole web page. And we can actually capture the leads and capture interest from people on Facebook itself without them leaving the platform. And Facebook loves it because you are making the users spend more time on the platform. That's what they want. They don't want their users to leave the platform. They want their users to stay there. And when you use lead ads, they reward you because you are enabling the users to stay on the platform while you are getting the leads. It's a win-win for everyone, right?
So what you are saying is that the prospects never leave Facebook? They just input their information on Facebook itself and never go to a website?
That's right, Debbie. You recap that really well. They don't actually need to leave Facebook. They just need to input the data on Facebook into a form and basically click send and we get the data. Okay, it's that simple.
I heard the lead quality is not so good with these lead ads. Is that true?
Yes, Debbie, you are right. The lead quality may not be so good, but the fact is that you get super cheap leads. That's number one. So you make up for it in terms of cheaper leads and sheer quantity, right? That's number two. That's where we implement the rest of this funnel here because we want to qualify those leads that sign up. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing that we do on the lead ads form itself, when they click on the ad, we don't simply leave it blank and they can just enter their phone number and email address because Facebook pre-populates it for them in most cases. So they could quickly just tap and then bring up the whole thing and then tap again and then it's done. And in many cases, that creates bad quality leads. So what we do is we actually get them to fill up more information. We ask them qualifying questions on the form itself so that they need to click and tick and answer them before we qualify them for making an appointment. So that is the first thing, that you need to make sure that you have a few things that you have them to fill up on the form itself before you allow them to make a consultation booking with you on your calendar, right? So that's one thing. Number two, now at the end of the forms, once they fill up all the forms, we have this thing where they are able to schedule a time themselves. Now, those people that actually bother to click the final button, go to your calendar and schedule a time, chances are they are quite serious and quite eager to actually take up your offer, right? So we allow them to do that at the end of the form. Whereas a lot of other people make the mistake of just, yeah, thanks for filling up the form, see you later. And that is a big mistake because you're not allowing the user to go through the whole process of filling up the form. Okay, so that is one thing you need to do. The second thing that we do here is that once they fill up the information, and if they do not actually sign up on the calendar page for a time, do not schedule a time, what we do, we have two ways of following up. And number one, that is through our CRM via email, right? So we use Go High Level. And when they submit the information, all that contact information is in Go high level. And then we have a sequence of emails that bring them back to the calendar, emphasizing the benefits of actually scheduling and, of course, using FOMO, which is fear of missing out, because we only have 20 spots for the month, which is true, so that they are really serious about not missing out on this opportunity, right? So we use the CRM to actually get them used via email to come back to calendar. And a large percentage, I think around 40% of people who booked actually came through the email. But through the email, they actually came back to the calendar and scheduled a time. So the second strategy we use is that we have a real life person, not an AI, to actually WhatsApp these people to get them to schedule a time on the calendar.
What do you say in the WhatsApp message?
Now, what do we actually say is very simple, Debbie. What we say is, hey, notice you are interested in our free strategy session. We have limited spots available, so please schedule a time in the calendar here so we can make sure that you get in, right? Something along those lines, so that people actually book a time on the calendar. And through this, we get another 40% of people actually scheduling a time on the calendar, which is awesome. Okay, so that's the second thing that we do. So combining both emails and WhatsApp through a real person, we are able to get a much more higher booking rate as a result.
Does everyone who schedules on the calendar show up?
Yeah, Debbie, you're right. Not everybody that books on the calendar will show up. And that's why, again, we use email and WhatsApp from an actual live person to actually make sure that they show up for the appointment, because show-ups are so important. If people do not show up for the strategy session, number one, you've wasted time slot. Number two, they're not going to buy anything. So it's so important for us to actually get them to actually show up once they schedule it in the calendar. And the calendar will automatically send out emails as well. So there's several ways we reach out there to make sure they show up for the meeting, okay? And in this case, the meeting lasts for about 15 minutes to half an hour, and they are pitched a $5,000 offer, okay? So all they need to do is like close 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, and it's going to be very, very profitable for them. So guys, that's pretty much it. It's a super simple funnel, and the best part is you can get this done within a day, get it launched quickly, get data, and then test again. So this is a super simple way for you to get appointments for your high ticket sales. That's it for this episode.
Wait, you forgot to promote us again.
Yes, Debbie, sorry, I forgot to do that. Can you please do it for me?
If you got some value or good ideas from this episode, please like and subscribe. Pretty please. It only takes you a second and it helps this channel a lot. Thank you.
All right, guys, awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.